What's up, y'all? It's your girl J Renee with Prison Ride Radio. I hope that you're doing well. On the phone this evening, we have a brother. I'm going to let him introduce himself, but he is out of New Jersey, and we're going to talk about some things that's going on with him so you can get a better idea who he is and a better introduction. How you doing, bro?
How you doing? Everything's well on my end.
That's good, that's good. So tell the people where you're from and a little bit about yourself.
So, I'm from Atlantic City, New Jersey. My name is Nasir Salaam. They call me Nas. I'm an author of 2 books that I authored since I've been here, so you can kind of label me a prison author. And I'm one of them type of people I'm motivated to do better, especially since I've been put in this position of incarceration. And not only do better, but help those around me do better as well and build off of that.
Right. Now, I like that. I like that for sure. So, how long have you been behind the G-Wall?
So far, 14 and a half years since 2007.
Okay. That's a lot of time to have on your head, What have you done? What keeps you or what's kept you motivated and keeps you motivated through that?
Looking forward to being with my family. I would say first and foremost is my faith. I'm Muslim. So me having belief in my faith has been very instrumental in keeping me motivated. And because I would say if a person lose hope, it's like everything fails from there.
Right.
So you need that motivation in here, in a place that breeds content and misery.
Right.
So you have to find those different things. Mine is my faith. Mine is my mother. Mine is my niece. And wanting to spend memories with people. So many people pass.
Right.
You know what I mean? So trying to spend some time with them and get my life on track as well.
Okay, for sure. Well, anyone that knows anything about the prison system, they definitely lack a lot of resources when it comes to rehabilitation. So along with, your faith and your family, what other ways have you been able to, self-rehabilitate?
Right. One of the things is time. I've been put in a position to where I had to sit down and, reevaluate my life and reevaluate the decisions I was making in my life. So with time came to me to think, you come to realization, this is what it is. How can you make the best of it? So, God put you in a place where you remember Him most. So what I have been doing is I've been educating myself, educating the mindset. Because a lot of times, you be in the streets, you hustling and everything. We got a lot of skill sets that we develop from the streets that we just don't know how to convert over to legitimacy. So what I've been doing was taking that, and one of the things is financial literacy, reading different books. I've just been informing myself, educating myself on different books. Like some of the books I'm pretty sure people are familiar with is Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Think and Grow Rich, some of the Dale Carnegie books, even memoirs from people that was in the streets and was able to transition and be successful, like Jay Prince and people like Mike Tyson. I love reading financial literacy books and like memoirs. So overall, just educating the mindset for me.
Okay, for sure. Speaking of books, you're an author yourself. So tell us more about your books. Tell us the names of them. And, don't tell us you can't give us all the tea on them. But, tell us about your books and what motivated you to write them.
Oh, man. My first book is called Flaws of Perfection. Available on Amazon. And what motivated me to, I'm a real big Tupac fan. Real big Pac fan. You probably are. A lot of your listeners, who is it?
I'm definitely a Tupac fan.
Yeah. He has a book, The Rose That Grew from Concrete. And it was a poetry book. So that's kind of how I got into poetry when I was younger. And me just being in here, poetry was an outlet for me. I learned how to take my anger and my frustration. I learned how to convert it into poetry instead of fighting somebody, being angry at somebody. I learned how to transmute that energy into my poetry. So a lot of all of my poems are personal. I never thought it would become a book. So a lot of that you're gonna see is gonna be raw, and it's gonna hit you in many different places. Then I linked up with my great uncle, my grandmother's brother. Got in touch with him, and then that's when he started putting it together for me. He like, send me a couple pieces. I sent him a couple pieces. He said, oh man, this gotta be a book.
Okay. Shout out to Unc.
And we went about it from there.
Okay, well, shout out to Unc. So tell us about the second one.
The second one is an ebook available on Kindle.
Okay.
And last 2020 was rough for everybody, I'm pretty sure.
For sure.
And a lot of people are going through things. Depression, anxiety, just financial ruin. So one of the main things that was coming up was anxiety, especially, for us, a lot of, in the black community, we go through a lot of things, but we push it off like, I'm cool.
Right.
We try to sedate it with whatever we into. So I wanted to bring of it more to light. I believe big in mental health. So I did a lot of research on it. And I suffer from anxiety personally, not as deep as I'm pretty sure some people are. But I wanted to write a straight, easy to read book on anxiety.
Okay.
What's anxiety? How is it caused? What's some of the different things that we can do to help ourselves with our anxiety? And I wrote a straight, easy to read type of ebook for people to enjoy, and hopefully it can be beneficial to them.
All right, that's cool. That's what's up. Thanks for putting that out in the atmosphere, bro. We gotta help each other.
No
you
problem.
feel me? All right, so let's jump into your case and stuff. I know that you have a petition on change.org, but so tell us about that. Not just about the petition, but exactly what's going on with your case that prompted this petition.
Right. So the petition on change.org, I'm just trying to utilize as many resources as I can in order to continue to fight my case, because there's a lot of things in my case, a lot of injustices, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people been through or witnessed from their family. And what I'm asking for is, it's not to say I'm innocent or anything like that. I'm just asking for a fair sentence, just some fairness, just a chance for me to have a second chance. So when I came about with the petition on change.org, I was just basically explaining a little bit about my case. I was explaining the plea deal that I never received, the fairness in sentencing, because I have white co-defendants who receive way less time than me.
Right. So tell the listeners like a little more of the details so they can understand more. What the injustices are. Like what happened.
Right. So it was a robbery going bad. Unfortunately, someone passed away.
Okay.
And so they charged me with me and my co-defendants with felony murder. And so as they charged us with felony murder, 3 of us were juveniles. 2 of them were adults, which were my white counterparts. And what they came to, we hired private attorneys. So what they did was, these private attorneys came to us, me and my co-defendants, and they said they got plea deals on the table. But in order for y'all to receive these plea deals, everybody has to tell a rule and what they did, basically confess, tell a part.
Okay.
So, fast forward, everybody told their part. We get waived up as adults. Get waived up as adults. Then they severed our case. Basically, everybody was on their own.
Right.
Everybody was their own man. So some of them eventually wound up taking pleas. 3 of them took plea deals. I just so happened to go to trial because they never honored my deal. So I'm in the county for years just waiting.
Right.
Like, okay, so where's the deal? So the deal was no less than 15, no more than 20 years. Over here in New Jersey, we got the NERA Act, no early release act. So you got to do 85% of your time. Right?
Right. Yep. I just talked about this last night, bro. Man, the way this shit is set up is so cold. Please continue. I'm sorry.
So the deal was no less than 15, no more than 20. All right, cool. Judge's discretion. All right, cool. Was waiting in the county for years. Never received the deal. My lawyer kept coming. This is a private attorney at this. My lawyer kept coming to me, telling me, just wait. They switched prosecutors. They did this. They did this. And so I told him, I said, if anything, we gotta suppress that confession because I only gave it thinking I was gonna get a deal. We only did that thinking we were gonna get a deal. Never suppressed it. I wrote him a letter and everything. Never suppressed it. Went to trial. Fast forward, we went to trial. They used my confession against me to ultimately convict me.
I hate to hear that, bro. Man, I just did a presentation on some of the things that you hit on, about charging, giving prosecutors the ability to charge people as juveniles as adults the 85% of the time. It's all by design, you know what I mean?
Right.
With that being said, I know there's a lot of laws that's been going on as far as juveniles, it's more and more laws that's been coming out. So is there anything in your state, any type of legislation that talk about, past cases with juveniles? What's going on with that?
So far, New Jersey has moved slightly, but they haven't pushed the needle as they should have. You have 60 seconds remaining. So, I'm gonna call right back?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm doing that.
Alright, we got you back, bro. Go ahead and continue.
So, they signed the bill last year, 2020, around October, and it was a 26 and under bill. But the whole thing about it was they didn't make the bill retroactive, meaning it doesn't necessarily apply to those who are already previously convicted. So it was a lackluster bill. They kind of skirted around the issue. It's crazy because if you're making a bill for all of the wrongdoing for the juveniles that previously came, why wouldn't you have them be the first participants of this bill, and you made it because of this? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
So it's like it still can apply to us. Like we gotta fight for it in the courts and everything, and basically tell them this applies to us because of this or this and that. But it should be automatic.
Right. I agree with
you. Yeah. So it's more bills on the table, some other bills on the table. That everything's supposed to be retroactive. It's an upcoming election season for the governor, which is over, I believe, in November. So, kind of holding it up, almost like dangling it.
Right.
Vote for me again. I got you on those bills.
Right. That's how they do it, man. You know how they do. It's the same cycle over and over. Well, I appreciate you for sharing, more about what's going on with you. Hopefully we have some people that can, get involved and, in that legislation to, make some real changes that make sense, So, before I let you go, bro, I don't want to take up a lot of your time. Tell people where they can find your books, how they can get in contact with you through, social media or, snail mail.
Right.
Yeah.
So they can find my books. You got Flaws of Perfection. I phrase that as an autobiography in a poetic form about my life. You can find that at Amazon. And my second book is called PandXiety. I mix pandemic and anxiety together. You know, a lot of different things we was going through in 2020. Meshed them together. It's called PandXiety. It's an ebook available on Kindle for download. And y'all can hit me up on my Instagram is at FreeNaz, FREENAZZ. You know, it's a lot of other different fake pages out there. I don't know why they trying to fake page me. I'm minding my business. And I have a business page as well, Painful Profit LLC.
Okay.
And I would appreciate, you know, people hit me up if you know any resources, any prison reform organizations, any lawyers, any activists that's on the ground that's really, you know, getting to it and trying to practice fair sentencing, especially for people of our color, the black community, the minority community. I would appreciate it. You just DM me, tag me in some stuff, hashtag FreeNaz, hashtag FreeNasir Salaam. I definitely appreciate it. Because I look at it as it don't stop with me.
Right.
You know, I'm pretty sure y'all got sons, y'all got fathers, uncles, you know, that can easily get caught up in this situation, just as me. So I definitely like to appreciate you for allowing me to speak on your platform.
Oh, for sure, bro. You know what I mean? That's what we're here for. We're here for those that's behind the G wall, the ones that's made it this way. You know what I mean? Just the voice. People get their voice out there. It's a lot going on. You know what I mean? So we're trying to do our part. So I appreciate you for coming. You know, straight up.
Much continued success, man. Like I said, I really appreciate it. And you got a lot coming your way, a lot of good things coming your way because you're breaking bread.
Okay.
You know, it ain't just about giving somebody money, man. It's about giving somebody an opportunity.
Right. I'm with you on that for sure, bro. We definitely agree on that. All right. So y'all heard the man. Make sure y'all reach out to him. You know, we got to help each other. What's up?
Can I get one more shout out too?
Of course.
Black with No Chaser. At Black with No Chaser, they also extended the platform for me too, as well. I do some writing on their platform. They extended the platform. It's a young lady named Sika. She allowed me to do some of my writing, share some of my creativity and ideas on there. And I would like to say I appreciate that. And like I said, once again, I appreciate you.
All right, thank you. For sure. I'm going to make sure I check out that platform, too. We definitely got to network and build and connect as a people, you know?
Yes.
All right, for sure, bro.